talking about things that are enjoyable. Sam Altman of OpenAI fame recently went on Twitter actually and announced to the world this series of tweets that says a tale in 3 acts, and it features screenshots from Sam Altman confirming that he has cancelled his reservation for the Tesla Roadster. Now, most of you guys know Tesla Roadster was announced. This version that he reserved, I think they might have announced this like 7-10 years ago, Tesla back in the day, and it was going to be the fastest sports car ever. It was going to do this, revolutionize the game, and they had reservations available on the website on the day that it was announced. The same time I think they announced the Tesla Semi, and the idea behind it was that if you put down like $5,000 or something, I forgot how much it was, you would have, obviously you would have the advantage to get one of the first Teslas when they eventually then rolled out into manufacture. But of course, they never got around to manufacturing them. No idea why, to be honest. They had never really explained why it's taken so long to ship the Tesla Roadster, but it hasn't shipped yet. And I think now, thinking back to MKBHD, he was the first prominent figure to announce on social that he cancelled his Tesla Roadster too. And I think it might be 50,000. I don't think it was 5. I think it might be 50,000. I think the deposit for the Tesla Roadster pre-order might have been 50k, because I remember MKBHD saying, look, I could use that money to do other things. This car's never coming. And obviously MKBHD is a bit in his like he's in his tech skepticism phase. He's not as like giddy and as naive when it comes to Apple or Tesla. He kind of looks at them with a bit of a side eye now, and he's a bit more harsh when it comes to judging them and their promises, and he doesn't really believe all the smoke. So he was very prominent and very loud in saying, hey, I'm cancelling my Roadster reservation. This car's never fucking coming. And obviously, it seems like it's a bit of a trend now, because Sam Altman also announced that he has cancelled his reservation. He showed us a screenshot of the original reservation that he made. He showed us an update here, talking about how he wanted to cancel it. And then recently, he got a delivery that says the response to the seller. He got told that the reservation email is not even live anymore. So the email that he emailed, reservations@tesla.com, that email address isn't even live anymore, so he can't technically cancel his order. But I'm sure the Tesla team, somebody is out there, is going to see this tweet and eventually cancel it. So it made me think, when are we ever going to get the Roadster? I'd love to see it, right? I'd love to see, I'm sure some of you guys out there would probably love to drive it, but I would love to see them kind of eventually get around to making it. And it feels like this isn't a coincidence, but then out of the blue, Tesla, I'm calling it Tesla now. Out of the blue, Elon actually appeared on Rogan earlier today. So I'm recording this podcast, it's just gone past 12 on Saturday, the 1st of November. But I'm recording it on, let's say, the Friday, the 31st of October. And Elon Musk has just appeared on Joe Rogan's Joe Rogan Experience and sat down and actually given us an actual update on the Tesla Roadster. So it is about to come. Pause or not pause, and he has given us some hints that the Tesla Roadster could be some version of a flying car. Now, I've heard this being intimated before online, rumors swirling, mostly from what Elon has said over the years, trying to piece the bits of information together. And from what I could understand, when he says flying, the last time that I remember them people talking about it online, it meant that the car's going to have some sort of propulsion system, exhaust, something, maybe the speed at which it kind of goes, which will allow it to kind of like temporarily levitate off the floor, so I'm not too sure if that's because of aerodynamics. I'm not too sure if that's because of the propulsion system, but there's going to be something that's going to allow it to temporarily kind of like rise above the surface, all 4 wheels. Now, I do remember there was a car, I think there's a Chinese, I don't know what the brand is, there's a Chinese car manufacturer that has made these really cool sports cars, right? Luxury sports cars. And I do remember seeing a review of it on YouTube where this Chinese car brand had the ability, designed a car that had the ability to kind of jump over potholes. Like it can actually jump. Like it kind of bounces the same way like a Maybach truck kind of bounces. So I wonder if that's what he means or something else. But this is the clip of Elon talking about the big ideas or the big presentation that's going to be coming with the Roadster. And he told Joe that most likely they may be able to announce this at the end of the year. And he also told Joe he can show it to him. So it does exist. It seems like it doesn't. Doesn't. I know Elon loves to lie and loves to exaggerate and loves to maybe hope for the best when it comes to his deadlines. But he did tell him, "Hey, I could show you privately," and he did say, "Hey, I'm going to show it at the end of the year," and that's like in a couple of months' time. So let's see what he means. Let's see if that's true. I'd love it to be true. I'd fucking love it to be true.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Are you still doing the Roadster?
Yes.
Eventually?
We're getting close to demonstrating the...
By the way, who cut Elon's hair, bro? Who cut Elon's hair? Did he cut it himself? That haircut is absolutely horrendous. Who cut my guy Elon's hair? That trim is diabolical. I did see some people on social say that did his son cut his hair? The son that's got that name, it looks like a fighter jet. Did like, because that haircut is absolutely insane. Maybe one of the most insane haircuts I've seen in my entire life. Like, this guy's the richest man in the world, and he has a trim like that. Jesus Christ.
The prototype.
Like,
and I think this will be... one thing I can guarantee is that this product demo will be unforgettable. Unforgettable.
How so?
Whether it's good or bad, it will be unforgettable.
Can you say more? What do you mean?
Well, my friend Peter Thiel, once reflected that the future was supposed to have flying cars, but we don't have flying cars.
Yeah, instead we have AI slop video generating fucking apps, in it, which he's partly to blame for it too. But I did actually watch. You know what? You know, he said it's gonna be one of the best presentations ever. You know what I watched recently, actually, in full. I watched the original iPhone launch featuring Steve Jobs, right? And I was wondering, and I thought as of watching, I was like, wow, man, there's never been a better orator than Steve Jobs. R.I.P. to the king, R.I.P. to the god, R.I.P. to a legend, especially in tech. His ability to present, storytell, emote, humor, it was really on point. That presentation, obviously the visual iPhone was a groundbreaking product, but I think part of the reason why that presentation was so legendary was partly due to Steve Jobs as well. His delivery also kind of added to the extra punch that presentation gave. So I don't know, even if this car does fly, I have a feeling if Elon's up there stuttering and stammering all over his words, it's not really gonna sell it, the way it probably should need to be sold. I've always actually believed, similar to a Dana White thing when it comes to the UFC, this is not probably a big hot take out there, but I think similar to the UFC, I think Tesla will go to new heights and become a far better, more successful company once Elon takes a step back and let somebody else lead it. He's obviously the face of the brand, face of the company. He owns it. He started it. We get it. But I think if he was actually not involved and the people at Tesla, the designers, people that work there could actually be free to actually just run the company like a car company and just, continually innovate, present new products and shit, satisfy customers, I think it'll be fucking sick. In the same way the UFC, I think, would be made 10 times better if they didn't have the ego of Dana White over it, and if he wasn't the person in charge of it, kind of causing fights between other fighters, just being combative against the press, and just being an all-around dickhead. I feel like those two guys, although they're very important to the success and to the start of their respective companies, I think both companies would be made much better if both guys stepped aside and allowed somebody else, especially in Elon's case. If he just had somebody else presenting, if he would just allow somebody else to be on stage presenting at Tesla presentations, SpaceX presentations, Boring Company presentations, it would literally, I think, change the way those companies were perceived. It really would. But, he's big entrepreneur, tycoon, man. He wants to be in front of everything, but you need to give somebody else the ability to kind of go. Maybe the guy Franz, isn't it? I think his name is Franz, the designer at Tesla. Maybe let him be the person that presents these new updates and launches and shit. Because people kind of like him. They don't really like Elon too much.
So you're going to be able to fly?
Well, I think if Peter wants a flying car, he should be able to buy one.
So are you actively considering making an electric flying car? Is this like a real thing?
Well, we have to see in the
In the
when we
demo.
do it, yeah.
So when you do this, like, are you going to have a retractable wing? Like, what is the idea behind this? Don't be sly. Come on.
Well,
Tell us.
I can't do the unveil before the unveil, but
Tell me off air then.
look. I think it has a shot at being the most memorable product unveil ever. It has a shot.
And when do you plan on doing this? What's the goal?
Hopefully before the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Before the end of this year? This is, I mean, we're almost
like in
November
a couple
1st.
months. Hopefully in a couple months. We need to make sure that it works. Like this is some crazy technology we got in this car. Crazy technology. Crazy.
So different than what was previously announced, and
Yes.
is that why you haven't released it yet? Because you keep fucking with it?
It has crazy technology.
Okay.
Like, is it even a car? I'm not sure. It looks like a car. Let's just put it this way. It's crazier than anything James Bond. If you took all the James Bond cars and combined them, it's crazier than that.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think
Is
of
it
that
even a
because
car? I don't know.
it's the limited amount of information I'm drawing from.
Not gonna lie, I don't like the way he pours his coffee. Not gonna lie, I don't like the way he pours his coffee in his cup. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not enjoying the way he does that. It's a little bit too dainty for me. The way he pours his coffee. The way he's pouring that coffee into his cup is a little bit too for me.
From here. Jamie's very suspicious over there. Look at him. Excited.
I'm interested.
It's still going to be the same.
Well, you know what? I mean, if you want to come a little before the unveil, I can show it to you.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
let's go.
Yeah.
So that's the update. It's going to be better than anything you've ever seen and heard. Best presentation ever. Is it even a car? It's going to fly. Now, I think when he says fly, I think he means loosely. I don't think he means like literally like flying in the sky. I think it means it's going to be able to like float a particular, a certain amount of like centimeters above the ground. But I'm curious to see what it ends up looking like because it's been 7 years. Unfortunately, it's been 7 years since he announced it, or 10 years. So I'm hoping the form factor isn't that much dissimilar to what we saw, I hope it's that same kind of roadster form factor or shape or silhouette. And what we don't get is like a Cybertruck type thing. Please, God. Hope it's not like because there are some design, because it looks like the Cybertruck design aesthetic is something that they want to continue on, because with some of these new performance versions of the Tesla Y, I think Model S's and shit, and Model 3, they have done where they've kind of like made the front of the lights similar to what they got on the Cybertruck with that big bar. So it seems like Tesla are purposely trying to implement some of the Cybertruck aesthetic design sensibilities into their regular fleet of cars. The robo-taxi that they debuted presentation, while the gold one had also that kind of like long bar on the front. So it seems like the Cybertruck is like the kind of the theme, the template they're kind of going off of. But obviously the Cybertruck for me is like an objectively ugly car for the right reasons, but I don't think it would work for us a supercar. So I'm hoping it's the same supercar type design, because that design was fucking phenomenal. And in case you didn't remember, this is when it was originally announced. How many years ago was it? Yeah, 7 years ago. So the updated Tesla was actually announced 7 years ago when they announced the launch of the Tesla Semi, which is also surprising. Remember they said the Tesla Semi, like, things don't really work out. Things don't sometimes pan out the way they think they're going to pan out. Do you remember when they announced the Tesla Semi truck? The fully self-driving Tesla Semi truck, electric, lorry, whatever, that people could drive, and that it would completely kill the lorry, pickup truck, whatever industry, and take people's jobs. It never really panned out, did it? Because, Tesla haven't really figured out full self-driving anyway in the first place. But things don't usually turn out the way you think you're going to turn out. So I wonder if that's going to be the same thing with AI. I wonder if we're going to get we're going to have to endure 10 years of sauna or Sora, like type of, we're gonna have to, endure 10 years of like AI slop, video generation and fucking picture manipulation before we get to AI where it can actually help us cure stuff like AIDS and cancer. Maybe we're gonna have to endure a lot of that, because people thought legitimately that the Tesla Semi was gonna completely change the industry, and it really hasn't. It really kind of hasn't. But let's just see what the Roadster looked like.
And it only gets better than this. This is a worst case scenario. Now, a Tesla truck considered by itself beats other diesel trucks.
Let's discuss first.
Wait for that plane. Economic again.
Fast forward a bit.
The Tesla. Thanks.
One more thing. That was Tesla's One More Thing, man. I wish we don't really get One More Things anymore, innit? Because I guess in this new digital media age that we live in, social media being the way it is, rumors get out, innit? So even Apple can't really, all of Apple updates recently have all been leaked prior. You never really get any secrets anymore. You don't really get any One More Things, but this is a pretty good One More Thing. At the end of the Semi announcement, they fucking unveiled the Roadster.
The plaid.
Pretty nice. That's a pretty good unveil, isn't it? Come on, that's a pretty good fucking unveil. And that fucking car looks fucking beautiful, doesn't it? It looks like a mix between like a Ferrari, Porsche, kind of hybrid type of thing going on there. It looks fucking phenomenal. 2-seater, really low to the ground profile, incredible lines on the side, the really sleek headlights, the alloys, the exposed fucking disc brakes. Like, come on, bro. It's impossible not to tweak that, isn't it? If you've been sitting on this for 7 years, they've been sitting on this for 7 years. They've been sitting on that for 7 years. It's impossible it's going to look like this, isn't it? It's going to look worse, isn't it? It's impossible it's going to look as good as this. It's definitely going to look worse. It's going to look worse. It's going to look worse. But that is a beautiful car design. Like, let's not lie. And I'm not even like a big car guy, but that is a fucking gorgeous, gorgeous vehicle.
So it turns out there was some cargo in the truck. There's some cargo in the truck. We thought we'd bring it out. We started Tesla. We started Tesla with a sports car, Tesla Roadster. So that baby got us going. It was the foundation of the whole company. It was the Tesla Roadster. People have asked us for a long time, when are you going to make a new Roadster? We are making it now.
And you know, there's I don't know if you've watched Spaceballs movie, but there's only one thing that's beyond ludicrous, which is plaid. So the new Tesla Roadster will be the fastest production car ever made, period.
Look at that. It allegedly, at the time of them really announcing it, they said it would go from 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. And then 0 to 100 in 4.2 seconds. Can you imagine what that must feel like sitting in it? That's going to feel so sickly and queasy. It's going to be like you're in a fucking rocket. 1.9 seconds, 0 to 60. 4.2 seconds, 0 to 100 miles per hour. Are you kidding me? This is going to be a fucking demon on the road. If it does ever make it onto the road. If it does ever get produced. If it does ever get in the hands of customers. Like, this is going to be crazy. 2 seconds, 0 to 60 is fucking wild. But yeah, let's hope that the form factor is the same. I'm curious to see what he means by flying, because he keeps talking about the flying levitation element of it. But I think he doesn't say levitation, he says more flying. But I think it's probably akin to levitation in terms of like it accelerates so fast. The fucking aerodynamics, the drag, something about that can allow it to kind of like literally float above. So I think that's what he means. I don't think he means these are going to be literally flying in the air like drones. I don't think so. If that's the case, it's going to be fucking wild, but I don't think that's what he means. But I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And Elon did say we might get a presentation of the fucking Tesla Roadster by the end of the year. That's what he said on Joe Rogan. And he did kind of make it seem like to Joe Rogan that it was already done. He said, hey, before we do the presentation, you can come and see it for yourself before anybody else does. So it does seem like it is done. So it's not like he hasn't done it. They haven't done it. It seems like it has been done. Just haven't maybe, ironed out the kinks. Who knows? Whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll find out. We'll figure it out. We'll find out. We'll figure it out.